Hello, thank you for watching this YouTube channel. Once again, my name is Abdullahi Okpeyemi Falade. In this video, I would like to teach you some Microsoft Excel tips and tricks that can make you more productive in your workplace, so that you will not be dragging things anytime you're trying to work on some data. Yes, so I have the list here. We have the Alt U, Alt H O I, and up to the Control D, just like you can see it. So let's start with the first one. If you have a set of numbers, a numeric in particular, and you want to find the auto sum. So the auto sum is here. If I want to sum this column, this is a sample data set. If I want to sum this column, I will highlight and leave a cell here. Once I click on this auto sum, the sum, you can see that the value, the actual value is there, which is the sum of all the values from the beginning. However, if I want to do a shortcut, I will just click the Alt and the equality sign on my PC. So I'm pressing the two together now, and you can see that it was captured. Immediately I press the Alt and equality sign, it was captured as the sum of the K2 to K15. Once you press enter, you have the figure, which is the same thing as what I did using this. And of course, the shortcut is not something new. It's something you can see that we have it here, sum, Alt plus equality. And of course, because we normally have the plus sign and the equality on the same key on the keyboard, and that's why we have that result there. So the shortcut are something that you can also verify by yourself. So we move on to the second one, which is the auto fit. How can you auto fit a data? So most times when you are trying to copy data from one place to another, you can have this kind of situation. Let me copy this data and let me try to paste it somewhere beside. So I use the Control C to copy this data, and I'm trying to paste it here. So if I paste, you can see that this data is not well fitted into the cells. So you just press Alt, you press the Alt key. Immediately you press the Alt key, you can see all these things: F, H, N, P, M, A, R, W, Y1, Y2, Y3, B, Y4, Y5, Y6. Excuse me. So you just need to press HOI. Immediately you press HOI, it's going to auto fit for you. So this is just a shortcut to auto fit your data. And of course, this works. Why? When you press the Alt key, you can see this now. I press HOI. So if you look at this, after F we have H, O followed by I. So when you click on the H, something might pops up, and from there you'll be able to see that. So manually, we have something here under, I think that should be under format. So where we normally auto fit, can you see? Auto fit column, auto fit row. Can you see to auto fit the height and to auto fit the width? But in the short form, you can easily use press the Alt key, HOI. So we move on to the next one, which is the Control E. If you want to fill. So another thing is, you can see that where I copy this data is trying to show some dotted line across the range of data which I've copied. So if you don't want this thing to happen, just put your cursor at the formula bar and left click, it will stop. Can you see that? Very easy. Very, very easy. So anytime you highlight on something and that thing is showing that a form of a thread line or a bit line, you can just put your cursor at the formula bar and it will stop. So let's look at the Control E to flash fill. So if I want to pick the first name of this sales guy, I will just need to type Maria. So I've typed the first one, which is the Maria. I can now click highlight them and press Ctrl E. You will discover that it's going to pick the first name for others automatically just by using the Ctrl E. That is use of the Ctrl E for flash fill instead of going through the so-called the data tab and you start looking for it here. And you can see flash fill in bracket Ctrl E. So all the shortcuts exist, but sometimes we are always in haste, so that's why we don't take note. We also have the Ctrl Shift L. So what do we use that for? So it's used for filtering if you want to filter. So look at this data now. If I want to filter, I can just click anywhere on the column labels and I'll press Shift Ctrl key together. Don't remove your finger from the Shift and Ctrl. It has to be pressed together at the same time and you press letter L. And you can see the filter symbol that pops up in each of the columns of your data set. So, and you can also verify this simply if you look at the filter. Can you see? Filter, Ctrl Shift L. So this is another shortcut. We also have the Shift Ctrl Hash. So this is when a number to date format. So when you have a number and it's not showing in a date format, let's say for instance now I said 23 12 and 2020, and so I'm not sure whether this is showing as a date or not. Let me try and do this as well. Okay, so let me copy and paste it somewhere. I guess it's not a date already. Let me make it a date. Let me continue moving. I don't need a tab. Let me continue moving. I want to be sure day, month here. I want it to be day, month here. Yeah, day, month here. Okay, let me right click, format cell. So I want to choose how I want it to be, which is the format that's there. Boom. So 23rd of December. So if I copy this now and I paste it here, so I still have the same. What if I copy this and I paste it here as value? So you can see now that I've pasted this date as value. So if I want it to show back as 23 December 2020, I'll just press the Shift Control and the hash key, and by that time you have the number appeared back in a date form. So we also have a value. Let's assume the decimal to percent format. So from decimal to percent format, let's say I have 23 and 45. So if I should divide 23 by 45, what would that give me? So using Shift Control keyboard 5, I will have them in percentage instead of in decimal number. We also have the Control 1. So if I want to format any number here, I can easily press Control 1 and I will go to either number, general currency, or whatever I would like to put it. So if I want everything to be in currency now, if I want this to be in currency, I will just put it in dollar. So if I highlight everything now, I press Control 1, I can easily put it in the currency dollar and everything will be in dollar, just using the shortcut Control 1. And also you can use the Control 1 to create your chart. If you are in, so you can use it to create your chart anytime, any day, if you are in your pivot table. So let's assume I put this just in a short pivot table and in the existing worksheet, and I put it here. So putting it here, if I have my salesperson and I have their revenue at the value, I can easily press Control 1 and I can do the formatting or any form of a thing that I believe is going to be convenient for me.